Hello everyone, Eileen Godwin here from the Sweet Poppy Stencil design team. And guess what? Yeah, it's time for another Sweet Poppy Stencils Inspiration Day. Really enjoy doing these video tutorials for you. Right, it must be 10 o'clock. I'm first off. The rest of the design team will be falling in behind me. We've got, let's see, video tutorials for you and step-by-steps from the DT team and also from Lucy herself and Leary as well. So looking forward to this. This is my effort. Look at that little mouse, isn't it lovely? It's mouse on a wheat stem. Really great. It's a one-layer card, so it isn't too difficult to do. I'm going to mask off certain areas, plonk on the stencil, and away we go. I've got my Misty because that's magnetic, and I do like the fact that it will grip the stencil because they're metal stencils and it's easy to work on. I've got a piece of cardstock here, A4, and this is from Paper Mill Direct, and it's ivory colour. And I've folded this, creased it, and I've cut it to 14 centimetres by 20. I'm just going to mask off now using some Sweet Poppy Stencils masking tape. So it's a strip along the bottom. I'm not going all the way around to make a frame, just over the left-hand side and along the bottom, like so. Then popping my stencil on, I'll give you the number of this one. This is SP1162. And as you can see, it's a rather elegant feather. Really good when you've got fairly long images, tall images that need showcasing, but at the same time, they won't overpower the stencil. Now I'm going to pop the stencil down so it matches up with that bottom line of the card. So you're not going to get all of the stem of the stencil of the feather in, but that's fine. So bringing that down and then popping on magnets. Plus I'm going to have to use some tape because I don't want the ink floating away from the brush and landing on the cardstock. Should be all right. Bit more maybe along the top. Okay, I think we're all set to go. The inks I'm using today are Claire inks, VersaFine Claire. And to start off with, I'm using this really beautiful Arctic blue and avocado. So starting off with the blue, got some copy paper here to take some of the ink off. If it's too wet, the ink, it will leak underneath the stencil. So the secret with layering with ink is a little bit at a time. Just going to get the brushes. And off we go with the blue. Take that off. Now I'm coming down from the top of the stencil, coming from the outer edge and hopefully not too much ink. Easy does it. So the top half of this stencil, or just about 3/4 actually, is going to be blue. And then I'm moving on to avocado for green. Now this, at the bottom, this part of the stencil is quite delicate. So don't come down over that. You've got to go up, all right? So flicking up, flicking down from the sides or across. And then up that stem. And then that way it shouldn't leak underneath anywhere. Different depths of colour. You don't need to cover it all in the same depth of colour. Will give you a sort of a textured look, which is good. A bit more blue there, I think. I'm quite happy with that. I think I will leave that now. Now, leaving that stencil in place, but very carefully removing the magnets. Popping on another stencil, and this one is SP6156, and this is called Bubbles. So I'm just going to pop that on there, I think. Yeah. So I popped it on and I'm moving it over more to the right hand side. On goes the magnets again. And then I'm using another VersaFine clear colour. Such a pretty lilac-y colour, lilac blue. And I'm using a red brush, I don't know why. Oh well, never mind. Oh yes, that will do nicely. So I've got a bit of pink on the brush, but hey-ho. I want the spots to show, but I don't want them to be too much. So not right over the whole design, because I think that they would, the spots or dots or bubbles would overpower my mouse on the wheat stem. Trying to think and work at the same time, it's very difficult for me, you know. We women should be multitasking, but as I'm getting older, that's sort of slipping away, yeah? Right, let's have a look at that. Oh, that looks quite nice. So off comes the stencil. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. In fact, I quite like that sort of reddish look on it, or the pink. Good. Just as well, Eileen, because that's what you've got. Yeah. Now, what's next? Turning the Misty over. Going to do some stamping. Pop that in there. Make sure I'm in shot, that's good. And bring on the stamps. So this is the beautiful little mouse on a wheat stem. New from Sweet Poppy Stencils, or newish. He's so super cute too. I'm going to pop him in the middle there. Let me just check how he looks on this one. Okay. I want most of it, the image, to be on. Oh yeah, look, that's good. I think we're okay there. Yep. Down he goes. Oh, haven't put my magnets on. Oh, that could have been a dodgy bit. Just going to have another slurp of coffee. I've got a whole day crafting today. I'm really looking forward to it. Right. So I'm all good to go. And I'm using VersaFine Clair Nocturne. And I haven't got it handy, so where did I put it? Dum, 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 dum. I always forget something. But just, you know, don't worry. Stand by your desks. I'll be back in a minute. There it is. It was hiding. I'm doing a workshop tomorrow at my village hall. Oh, quite a few of us coming. It's going to be good. And I've been prepping all the demos, and guess where I put it into one of the boxes, so not really far to look, was it? Gentle tapping, ink it up. Not bad. Could do with another inking though, I think. Make it a bit darker. Yeah. Joe, I'm going to go one more. Why not? Yep, that'll do. Couple more bits to stamp, but before I do that, I just want to draw in some lines, but using a pencil for this. Down the side, just down the side, very lightly. It doesn't matter if it's crooked, doesn't matter if it's wavy. It's just a guideline, and I'm using pencil, so I'll be able to erase it as well. And a bit along the bottom. Okay, not going all the way down or up, just to give it a little bit of a frame. And I'll be going over that with a darker pencil. So next, I'm going to stamp something in the background as well. I'm using VersaFine Clear Bally Blue and a stamp. And this is from Sweet Poppy Stencils. It's a set called Friends. It's A6 set. Get loads of stamps on this, look. And there's some text here that I really like. True friends. True friends. I think that's crooked as well. True friends are never apart, maybe in distance, but never in heart. Okay. So I'm going to take the first generation of ink off from that. And then popping it on my card, just checking what I did in the original one. Sort of it was all over the place, I think, as usual, yeah. So down, and then moving over a little bit more. Oh, needs another inking. Again, first generation off. Just filling in a bit of space. Trying not to go over the mouse. The mouse is having to contend with the bubbles, stencil, etc. So to make sure that you can see him, keep the words away from him. Got another one there. I think that will do. Yeah, oh, I might do another one down there. Yeah, that's all right. It's even paler. So it fades away as you go further down your card, and that is what I was looking for. But the next one I want to be able to see, and this is from another set called Life is a Journey. A6 again, you get loads in here. And this has got just the right words, I think. Have a great day. And it's not overpowering. It's just going to fit there. But it needs to be straight. And if it isn't, Will you start again, Eileen? No. Oh, you just have to put up with it then, yeah? Yep. It will be straight. Have faith. I'm just going to pop that in there. Let the ink soak in, press down and up. Oh, that's good. Okay. So I'm just going to, oh, I've got a mark there, so I need to get rid of that. Got one of these pencil erasers, I might be able to get rid of it with that. No, it's not strong enough, it needs a sand eraser. Okay. Why is it when I'm filming that my kit just keeps hiding from me? Found it. Right. Should have put it on pause, really. I keep forgetting that I can pause this video. Saves you waiting and thinking, oh, she's not organised, is she? Nope. I have a relaxed attitude. That's it. Yeah, a relaxed attitude. It's because I'm half asleep. Yes, I know, I heard that. Okay. So that's got rid of that. Now, whilst I've got this sand eraser, this is a Tombow Mono sand eraser. For those of you that watch me and also know Lucy from Sweet Poppy Stencils, she sells these. This eraser is soft here, soft rubber for pencil, and sand for ink, and I use it a lot. Now I'm going to, now this is thoroughly dry, I'm going to just take some of the ink away from the body of the mouse, but you have to wait for the ink to dry because otherwise it will smudge. And it has just a tiny amount as well, but I'll get away with that. And it just brightens up the mouse, but as I've said, take a heat gun to the mouse before you use an eraser on it because it will smudge the ink, VersaFine Clear. But it just brightens him up enough to make him pop from the page. Yep, I can live with that. Removing this tape and this one here. So, move these out of the way as well. He's looking good, I think. I'm just going to pop a black line in now. I'm using a T-square. I'm just going to pop a black line in. Actually, I'll do it up this way because the T-square I've got here is not as long as the normal ones that I use. And I'm using a black crayon, not ink, because if I make a mistake and the line is wobbly or, you know, I've made a mistake on it, then I can erase it. Get rid of it. That's good. And then another one along the bottom to match. So that it just sort of frames it then. And I've got a little bit of a mistake there, so that can go. And this is just a black polychromos crayon pencil. It's a bit dark there, Eileen. I think I've overdone that. Just as well it was pencil, isn't it? So out it comes. Bit too dark, that one. And then pop it back in again. That's better. Still not perfect, but it's better. I should get it right in a minute. No, still not right. So it's either start again or put it right. So I'm going to put it right. Really giving it some willy. This cardstock seems to hold up very well. Just as well. The line is far too thick. I don't like it like that. I bet you've gone to sleep now. Right. Okay, let's try again. I know it's fussy. I'm a fusspot, really. But if something's worth doing, I'm not going to be so heavy-handed with it this time. That's better. Quit while you're ahead, Eileen. Oh, that's a good idea. Right. Okay. So, where was I? I'm just going to do another tiny amount with this pencil rubber, just to get some more colour of the ink away from the mouse's face and lighten him up a little bit. And the ink now on his body has thoroughly dried. So as I'm taking the colour out underneath, it isn't moving the image. I just want to lighten him up so he pops more. Okay, enough. Just looking at the card itself, I did do a squiggly line down, so let's do another squiggly line, but I did use ink. So I'm going to get that. Won't be a second. I just looked outside. It was beautiful this morning, all sunshine. Now it's going to rain. So now I'm going in with ink just to do a wavy line. Look, and I'm not fussy. Just bringing it down a little bit of a wavy line along the bottom, over the top of that pencil. In fact, I might do another one, look. And this one down here. Yeah, perfect. Move out the detritus. I enjoyed that. Hope you did too. Not a perfect demonstration, I know, but I prefer to leave stuff in that I make a mistake with, so you get an idea of how to get rid of it. And I make a lot of mistakes. Right, thanks for watching. I'm not sure who's following on after me, but have a super day. You've got loads of video tutorials to watch with the rest of the team, and also step-by-steps. And have a super weekend as well. Right, bye for now.